Cowabunga dudes. All right, let's take a look at this here application that I've been tinkering with for a while. We've got ourselves here the TurtleCom, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and other strangeness generator for your character. Maybe that's not the right word, but that's what I have written in there. Anywho, we'll start what we've got going on here on this here screen. We've got what you might expect at the beginning of the screen. We've got, file, new save load, all that good jazz. Also a button that brings you right back to this screen where we're at. Settings. The only setting I have right now is, do you want it dark or do you not want it dark? That's up to you. Other than that, it's about the same. I think I need to get rid of these buttons here. They do the same thing as this. Ugh, I hate repeat buttons. Help tells you about it. That's about it. Uh, Eventually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the GitHub that I'm building in there as well, so you guys can make comments on updates or bugs or whatever. But I'm not quite ready for that just yet. Okay, so browse, load selected character. Load selected character. The only difference between these two is load selected character. You would click on one of these, and it would load that one. Browse would let you, maybe you downloaded one, maybe you got a JSON from somebody else, and then you could browse and then load it that way. And then of course we got these two fancy buttons. We've got create new character, and then we've got generate random level 1 character. My goal with this one, maybe I'll make several buttons with different parameters. I don't know. That's down the road. But my goal right now with this is to get the basic stuff out of the way, or giving GMs a tool to click a button, have all the things ready to go. So this generate random button does a lot of things that you can do in here with a few clicks also, but it's just all in one click. So we'll just jump right into creating a character. All right, we got a lot going on here. First things first, in case you are in a digital setting, or people just prefer digital dice, there is a dice roller here. First things first, the ones at the left, this number needs to be adjusted when using these little modifiers here. So I can add that, and then I can click the button right here, and it'll give me a loadout of each thing, a display of what was rolled, right? If you have 0 in there, it will not do that. It'll give you this, it rolled 0 of them. So it gave you nothing. So you have to, so it's on the left, how many dice you want, and then of course the button to roll that one. And then of course, when you are tired of looking at all those terrible results that you rolled, then you can clear the logs. You don't have to look at them and cry about it anymore. Notes. Yeah, it's kind of, you can put notes here. I feel like that's self-explanatory. If you want to make notes of some sort. You've got a couple different tabs here, which we'll go through each one and kind of things that I have built in. We've got the basics tab. We've got the attributes tab, skills tab, combat tab, BioE mutant. I want to change that to mutate, but BioE mutant, equipment, and of course, everyone's favorite, vehicles. Maybe I need more tabs. Maybe I need less tabs. I don't know, but that's what I have right now. Okay, so these two buttons, load image. We'll just do that. I'm gonna load that logo. Bam! I got an image in there. It goes right there. If I want to get rid of it, I can click the clear button. Isn't the picture you put here doesn't need to be 240 by 240, but it's supposed to condense it into this 240 by 240, and that's what I don't want to have happen. If someone has like a 12 by 1200 by 1200 picture, and then it just like takes over the whole screen, over here, and we don't need that. So I have written this so that it forces the picture into this format. So you know we can go over that later if we need to change that. Okay, name. There you can see there's a roll button here. This though will not work right now because we need to do some other things first. So it's going to give me that weird line. You can always adjust the name later if you want to. Animal source. So I have set this up because eventually I'm going to put the animals for transdimensional adventures in here, but I have not done that yet. So right now I just have the other strangeness in there. So you will select the source under the animal type. So we've got urban, rural, wild animals, wild birds, zoo animals, lab animals, and then of course you can. Once you have that select, this will give you nothing until you have selected one of these. So we'll just say urban, and now it gives me all of those, right? But of course, we got these roll buttons here, so let's just do that. That's a roll, get an urban, and then we've got a newt. And then now that I have the urban and newt selected, now I can go back up to name, and it will give me some different names. I've got 20 names for each one, courtesy of AI to, you know, get sometimes names are a tough thing for people. So it is what it is. All right. So, oh, my newt is gone. Get back here, newt. Salamander. No, no. Where's my newt? Where'd you go? Newt. I feel like I can spell. Oh, because it's not an urban. There you are, newt. Alignment. There's no rolling that because I feel like you need to pick that. So I'm just gonna, but you can pick whatever you want, right? Doesn't matter. You can either use the drop down or you can just hover over it and scroll. That'll work too, whatever you want to use. We'll go with the Deadpool arc alignment, or anarchist. Age, type it in. Gender, type it in. Size, 1 through 20. It's in there. If you pick a size, I'll just go with 10, and then I'm going to pick a medium. Then I click this roll button here, and that will roll the weight and height as well as the base SDC. So that's all in there. So now I've got, some stuff there. And if I want to change that to short, I can roll it again, and it'll change that. I can get it long, and it'll change that. So it'll, and it should reset these and go from there. So while I'm here, let's talk about total credits, total wealth. Credits, cash, coins, or whatever you're using, right? I'm just putting credits there for now because I don't know what the setting you're going to be in. You might be in a setting that uses different things or maybe different currencies. I didn't want to assume cash, but I might change it to cash just because this is kind of local to the modern setting right now. But if you find yourself in a prehistoric setting, or you find yourself in a futuristic setting, maybe cash is not the right word for it. But I will say, I'll show you this. So total credits. So this changes. As you can see, the total wealth is being adjusted as this goes up. Just to show you that. So the other thing that we'll do, I'm just going to go to vehicles real quick. So let's say I have a bicycle. No. I have a skateboard. No. Let's dirt bike. So it says it costs $2,000 for this dirt bike. It's got the stats on the SDC, blah, 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 all the things that go with the dirt bike. Coming back over here. Now it says total wealth is 10. I have $10 in my pocket plus the 2K for the dirt bike. So it shows the total wealth here. Maybe in your campaign that's relevant. Maybe it's not. Maybe you don't care. But if you're trying to figure out like why, is it reasonable for this level 1 character to have, $5 million worth of stuff? Well, I mean, that might be a red flag for you, right? But it's there. XP, you can adjust that. XP currently does not interact with level. I'm not sure I want to have it do that right now, but but level does change some things when it comes to skills. So the hit points, I wouldn't. You can click on this button, but I would not do so until you have done the attributes. The attributes, as you can see here, I don't know why there's a 12 and a 6 there. I can figure that out later. But they're there. So you can roll each one individually if you want. There's a button for that. Or you can click this fancy button and just roll them all. And there they all are. What's this? Physical +4, +4, PS +4. Let's see if that really did that. What did I get for PS? I got a 13. Oh, it didn't give me the +4, so I need to manually put that back up. Okay, so I got a +4 for that. And then I got a PE of a +2, +2. And so you got to go back to here and redo that. It looks like. So you probably want to do these first and then get that other one. Something to look at. Okay, let's go to skills. Skills, things, let's say like radio. Let's say, I want to go to prowl. Prowl. Okay, so they're both 50% right now. I'm level 1, right? Before I do that, I'm going to do one more thing. Let's go down here. I'm good at fishing. 40%. I was going to pick something. I'm going to pick ninjutsu. And so I've got this button here so you can add these modifiers. Because, like, for example, in the West Marches server that I play in, you get 4 actions per round to start with. So that's cool. But that would not be um, always the case for every campaign or thing you're doing. So if you need to override that, you can. It's in there. But now that I have all that selected, I'm going to go change my level to, so we saw these before, they're at 50 and 40. Now if I go to this, I'll change it to level 2, another 55 and 45. So these will scale with your level, and then you can roll them accordingly, which will pop up in the log over here. So I rolled a radio skill, I rolled a 12, which is a success because it's a roll under your system, which is great. So those are there. They all work as they're supposed to. You have to select them. I have a insane amount of amateur and pro skills. I don't think you'll need more than 10 pro and 15 amateur. Maybe that's total overkill, but I'm just trying to future proof it. So, combat should have your plus to strike, parry, dodge, initiative all wrapped up in here, ready to go. Each of these, you'll notice if you, same thing with the skills, how these scale. The combat will scale as well, 1 through 20. So the information that's in this block right here will change on this screen depending on what level you're on. So right now it says +3, +3, +3, +0, 2, and 4, and 20. So let's just crank up. Let's just crank it up to the max. So we'll do. It lets me go. I can go. I can go. I can go all the way up. But we know it caps out at 20. So we're gonna say 20. So my skills are at this, in the unfailable area, looks like. But now these are all +5. You know, these change. So those scale as well. I'm going to go back to level 3 because I feel safer down there. Okay, 3. BioE Mutant. Total BioE, 205. That sounds totally wrong. Do you know why it sounds wrong? Because it is wrong. Probably because I did something earlier. Total remaining. Ugh. I'll check the log. I know what happened. Every time I was rolling on that size chart, it was giving me 45 more by a week. I should only have 45. I shouldn't have more than anything else. Okay, so I need to fix that so that it quits adding it. It was doing the same thing earlier to SDC, or just keep giving you more and more and more and more. So that's a bug that I'll have to fix. So I should only have 45, but go back. What was my size? 10. I picked 10. Could I even make it to 10? Okay, so I start at 2 for this one. There's my bonuses, and then I can, spend. I spend 5 on this. Spend 5 on this. I've spent 5, which is how much I have remaining. Do I want my looks? Partial looks. Nah, yeah. No, I don't want to look at it. I don't care. Do that. Again, all that reflects there. Natural weapons. So I have the natural weapons category plugged in to do the natural weapons of the selected animal. So in this case, they only have teeth, so that's all I can use. Other abilities that they might have. If you happen to have ME of 12 plus, then the psionics part will be unlocked right now. It's not clicking on there. I'm going to just show you by manually adjusting that to this. And now that is the case, let's go to, oh, come on. No, it's not working. Let's try this a different way. Let's just keep rolling until I get it. Give it to me. Give me that. Okay, now I have it. Let's see, does it work now? Does it work now? Does it? Does it? No, it doesn't work. Well, I know I've got it programmed in. They're there. So I know that at least the drop downs, once they are unlocked for some reason, then I know that they will work. So I know I've got them in the code. So they did work at one point. Not changed so much. Anyway, equipment. I recently updated this section. I've got some more updates to do. I've got 30 gear slots, which is probably way too much, but there it is. Well, let's talk about a few things. One, so if you get, well, I'll pick the glaive. It gives you the stats for it, the price. So that price again goes into your total wealth right there. You can roll the damage for it. There you go. Boom. 2d6, 3 to 6 gives you 9. You can do a roll to hit. Your plus to strike is 3, so it's 8 plus 3, which is 11. So that's all right there. So you don't have to math, which is great. That's what makes games more fun when we do less mathing. So that's great. Armor. All the armors that are currently in the other strangeness book are in here. So I'm just gonna go with studded leather because I'm a stud. You can name it something if you want to name it something, or you got like maybe you crafted it yourself and you want to, I don't know, whatever you want to do. People like to do things like this. Gives you the AR and the SDC. You can adjust it if it's custom, right? If your GM says you can do that. And then of course now as the armor and rating and SDC, and then it has the total. What's your total SDC? This should also be impacted by this right here. Let's talk about this large metal ballistic shield, 3K. Again, your wealth is updated. Again, your total is updated, and it has a breakdown per section. What's your base? What's your armor? What's your shield? So, your GM is harassing you for those answers. It's right there. Oh, now that I have all that, I'm a level 3 and whatever, blah, blah, I can roll this. Oh, that seems really low. That seems very low. Or what did I do? Oh, I rolled a 1. All right. That's terrible. All right. Give me 2 more. So I get 10 more. Okay. That too. Okay. It's still terrible. Either way, I'm probably doing that wrong. We'll cry about it later. Yeah, anyway, these drop down boxes work. Again, novelty handcuffs, whatever you want. Whatever, all the gear in the game is here. Not a whole lot of gear, but it's in there. Tear gas. Again, the price is there. Again, it should reflect, which it did, in your total wealth. Vehicles, we already kind of looked at this. I don't think you need you don't need more than 2 land vehicles on your character sheet, or to more than 2 watercraft, or more than 2 aircraft. I really feel confident in this limitation here. If the masses demand that we need 45 land vehicles for each one, then maybe we'll cross that bridge later. Maybe I'll do a redesign, but I doubt it. So anyway, um, all the land vehicles there. Each one again has the stats that are in the book right there. Same thing with the watercraft, the fan boat. Gotta have that because I'm in Florida. I need that fan boat, or maybe I need that. Ooh, a jetpack. Sweet. Yes, I want that jetpack. 25 miles. That doesn't seem right. But that's probably accurate. Okay, so it's all there. Again, now I'm filthy rich with my $150,000 worth of vehicles. Um, yeah, so that's what I've got going on so far with this stuff. Looks like I have that bug I got to work on with the psionics and maybe a few other little ones, but it's coming together. But that's what what's going on here so far. Let's clear this. Let's make this new. Should clear everything. Yeah, except for the level 1 because you can't be level 0 in this system. Making sure everything's clear. We're clear. We're clear. 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 Okay, we're good. I'm gonna go back to the start screen because I want to twist this button. Press this button. See what it does. Okay. Oh boy. Here we go. Now I was having some issues with it rolling the size and communicating with BioE before, so I didn't want to do that. So, here's what it will do. As you saw, it rolled all of your attributes. It rolled and what animal you're going to be. So that's really all it's doing off the bat. And also, it's going to roll age. I think it's 1 through 100 on there. Alignment, gender, and then it will give you a combat training. It will also give you a weapon and a vehicle. I think this is really great for NPCs or random monsters that you want to have in the game. So I've got a diabolically evil Kodiak brown bear that is an assassin that uh, wields an nunchucks. It does not roll armor and it does not roll shields. Because I kind of feel like that needs to be adjusted. And granted, this is a level 1 character. Also, what else do they have? Oh yeah, yeah, Kodiak bear named Snowplow that has nunchucks that rides a skateboard. Oh yeah, this is like you know this is definitely like Michelangelo's uh, evil rival. Absolutely. So great characters to throw in. You so that's kind of what it does so far. I do want to flesh it out more later on, but for right now, I'm going to leave it the way that it is because I feel like it's got the basics in there, and a lot of the other stuff interacting is going to be tough. It's not going to load a random image because I don't have a bank of images. Although maybe one day, or if you're listening to this and you feel like you got a bank of really cool images for each character, maybe like 4 or 5 for each animal type, then by all means send them my way, and I'll make it work. I'll put it in there. If you want to give me a zip file full of cool images for each potential animal. Uh, so anyway, that's what I got going on. So if you're interested in this, I already got a few messages, but like I said, I'm going to be putting this on a GitHub so people can download the thing. I need to make it an executable so people can just click a button and open up into this. Right now, it's just a Python project, so it is what it is until I get it into an executable. And then again, I will upload it to the GitHub, and then I'll drop a link, and then you guys can download and play around with it and find 10 million bugs that I'm missing and tell me how wrong I am, and then I can fix it. And then, of course, I am going to add the trans-dimensional adventures, equipment, shields, whatever, all the things from that eventually as well. But my current goal right now is just to make sure that the other strangeness stuff is all in there. It's all good to go. Has zero bugs, zero problems. Once I am happy with that, then and only then will we jump into the trans-dimensional stuff, because then I'm just adding more data for it to pull from instead of fixing functional bugs. So if you're still at this point, thank you so much for watching. And I guess that's it. That's all I got. So take care. We'll see you next time.